Oliver looking for screen. She fires. Got it! Holy cow, what a shot!
In the Maryland Terrapins, the Big Ten tournament champions. Since coming over to the Big Ten, they have been running things.
On this week's episode, I want to take a look at last year's WNBA Finals, Game 5. Have to start the clip with a quick humble brag. It's 5 Terps. And in case you didn't know, that's the most alumni of any school in the WNBA Finals, by far. So when you talk about getting to the next level, numbers don't lie. Terps produce pros. Right off the bat, Bree Jones making her presence known with a deflection. Disrupting, right? She has some of the best hands I've ever seen. Reminds me of her senior year at UConn, when she made a similar type deflection to a steal and a full-length score in a huge bucket in front of a sellout crowd. And we'll freeze it here, right? KT, with her shoulders, right, turns her shoulders and eyes towards Emma, which is what makes this a great fake, right? So on the turn, Bree has to take a step towards Emma because Emma's been shooting the lights out this series. But it also makes the on-ball defender shift, right? Look at the feet. Completely shifted over. Now with Bree on Emma and the defender one step out of position, look at this huge lane that KT has to drive now. Let's look at this from a defensive perspective. Clearly, someone needs to help on this drive. But who's it going to be? Closest defender is Alyssa. But you don't want the help to come off the strong side. Why? Well, one, it's Tiana Hawkins in the corner, right? Great three-point shooter, and she's shooting 60% from three in these playoffs. Also, because it's the easiest pass for the offense to make and read. If Alyssa comes over here, that's the first thing KT is going to be able to see. And it's going to be an easy, straight-line pass to the corner, and Tiana's going to knock that down. Now, coming off the other corner is really where we want this help to come from. The low man on the weak side, right? So why doesn't she come over? Look who she's guarding. That's Shatori Walker-Kimbrough, right? Former Terp. Her junior year, she led the nation in three-point shooting, right? So we have 2 Maryland marksmen in each corner. And Terp fans know they've seen these 2 knock down their fair share from those exact spots, right? So, last thing I'll point out. If KT continues her drive here down the lane line, it gives her defender the ability to have an angle to cut her off, right? So KT, right about here, starts angling in towards the basket and puts her shoulder into her defender, right? And look where we end up. KT has positioned her body in between the basket and her defender, putting the defender in jail. There's no way her defender can contest this shot without going through her body and committing a foul, which is exactly what happens. Hell of a finish by KT, who always shows up in big games. Let's flash back to the 2006 national semifinal game, where we'll see KT perform almost the exact same move. Watch here as we get the same fake, attacked on the right lane line, put the defender in jail, and finish. Flash forward to the next great dynamic point guard here at Maryland, Ashley Owusu, as she attacks down the right lane line, puts a defender in jail, and finishes through contact. Okay, moving on to the next possession. This is a great lesson in simple action, cutting hard, and timing. First thing we'll look at is Bree Jones here. Watch how hard she cuts here to the opposite block, right? Doesn't seem like much, but you'd be surprised how many players don't cut hard when it's so valuable. Bree cuts hard, and her defender now has to respect that cut, right? So Emma goes with her, and now look where Emma ends up, with her back completely turned to the ball, all off a simple cut. As that's happening, as Bree starts her cut, you'll see AT on the opposite block starting to lift. Now she's going to lift into what looks like a ball screen, right? So as Bree cuts, AT lifts. Now watch AT's defender, Tiana. She knows this ball screen's coming, so she's got to lift with AT. And she starts going slightly towards the outside and even pointing towards the outside because she knows if the ball handler comes off this ball screen, she's either going to have to switch or hedge onto the ball handler, right? So she's starting to get in position to defend the ball screen. So these two things combined creates this giant driving lane for the ball handler. And now let's look at it from a defensive perspective. From the last clip, we know that the help should come from Emma. But Emma's got her back turned to the ball, so she can't see that. The help's not going to come from the strong side because you can't come off this shooter. So now it forces Tiana to try and have to make this top-down help, which is a tough angle for any defender, right? Halfway through the drive, Emma sees that, okay, this is my help. But Tiana's already going. So now we get a situation with 2 going to the ball. We actually have 3 on the ball, right? So this makes this an easy drop pass to Bree. Boom. Watch, Bree catches it, keeps it high, rips it through. She does bring the ball down here, but she pauses for a second. She knows if she dribbles that thing, KT is going to try and rip that ball for a steal. So she pauses, right? Feels KT leave towards, this is one of the best shooters in the league up here. So KT's thinking, all right, Bree's match. She's going to try and kick it out. So now Bree knows, okay, now I'm one-on-one. And being one-on-one with Bree in the paint, that's a tough life to live, right? She led the nation in field goal percentage her junior year. It's automatic in there. Watch this power dribble. Bang. Look at where Emma goes. Boom. She's knocked almost out of bounds, right? That's just strength. Now they're forced to just foul, and Bree gets to the line. As we move on to the next possession, we'll see 3 Terps involved in the simple action. We got KT with the ball up top, entering it to Shatori on the wing, who pumps it into Tiana in the post. Super simple action, but this is a staple of the Maryland offense. We drill this every single day, and by the end of the year, it becomes an incredibly effective weapon for us to get early post touches out of transition. Now the key to this action is the post entry pass from the wing. Seems like a simple pass, but if we take a closer look, we'll see there's more to it. As Tori faces up, she'll give a subtle ball fake over the top. Watch the defender react. Her hands go straight up, and Tori has a split second to feed this beautiful bounce pass just underneath the hands of the defender. Tori's able to make this look simple because of her elite skill level, paired with the fact that she probably made this pass every day for 4 years at Maryland, as we prioritize post passing. And look where Tiana catches it. If you're a Maryland fan, you know that's Tiana's kill zone, and she made a living making jump shots from the short corner. But look who's guarding her. Alyssa Thomas. Now these two have had battles through the years in practice, and Alyssa knows this is Tiana's spot, so she's going to stay hugged up to not let her get the shot off. So now Tiana has to go to her footwork to create space. You'll see a jab here. Boom. Alyssa stays with it. Okay. Second jab. Again, Alyssa does a great job. And then Tiana hits her with this last subtle jab, right? This little short jab right down the middle. And it gets Alyssa to back up just a half a step, right? Not even that much. But that's enough room for Tiana, right? We know back in her college days she used this footwork to kill teams in the ACC. So she gives Alyssa the jab, gets the shot off, just misses. As we flow into the last clip here, we'll see a very familiar transition sequence. First things, let's look at Bree. As soon as she knows the rebound's secured, she's going to get out in trans-O and put pressure on the defense. 1, 2, 3 step. At the same time, Alyssa's taking this ball right off the rebound, and as one of the most versatile players I've ever seen, she plays the 1 through 4 and has the ability to push the ball coast to coast as a forward, which also puts extreme pressure on the defense. As we freeze it here, we see AT's pressure down the middle has drawn the attention of Tiana and Shatori because they know how good Alyssa is at attacking the rim. But at the same time, Bree's run has put pressure on the defender that's protecting the rim. So Emma has to be concerned with Bree getting a wide open kick ahead layup. And as we see, running hard in transition frees up teammates. As we see coming down the wing here, the Phil is going to have a wide open look. And AT, being one of the best facilitators in the league, sees it, delivers the pass on time, on target, wide open look. And now we'll see almost the exact same sequence with Bree and AT during their time in College Park. As AT secures this rebound, we have Bree up top, putting pressure on the defense, getting out. AT grabs the ball off the rim and immediately puts pressure down the middle. Right? Same thing. We have this defender here needing to stop AT. The low defender protecting the rim has to stay with Bree, and it opens up that same wide open shooter down the left-hand side. Works at this level, works at the next level. In this case, AT decides to drive, draw, and kick to the other side for a jump shot. These 5 Terp alums have been champions their entire career, and it is a huge testament to their individual hard work and dedication to the game. They came to Maryland to compete at the highest level, win championships, and prepare themselves for the next level. It is clear what we do here at Maryland translates to the highest levels and the brightest of stages. When it comes to winning championships, at Maryland, it truly is a family affair.